ES Audio.
What's up, guys? I'm John Weeks, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, the country taking World of Warcraft offline. But first, the UK's energy regulator has proposed electricity and gas bill discounts for millions of vulnerable Brits to help soften the impact of the cost of living crisis. The boss of Ofgem, Jonathan Brearley, says he's been talking with ministers about offering cheaper social tariffs to people on low incomes. It's as an investigation is underway into reports of energy suppliers forcibly making customers switch to higher-tariff prepayment meters. Meanwhile, the National Grid activates its energy protocol this evening, with millions of homes and businesses paid to cut back power use from 5 till 6 p.m. to prevent blackouts during the big freeze. A team of researchers at Imperial College London have been using motion capture technology, more commonly used for films like Avatar, to track the onset of some diseases.
12 years ago, when we started this research, we literally used the same suit that Avatar one used. And since then, we started developing our own sensors and our own suits because we wanted more precision in the movements and in tracking the movements. We also wanted to be able to track it not just in the studio, but say when you go to the shops.
Aldo Faisal, a professor in the bioengineering department at the university, helped come up with the idea for the study, which uses sensors to monitor how patients' movements are affected by some diseases. He told us using AI, they found a way to determine the progression of a patient's condition.
What we've built is a map where we can basically show this is behavior, how it looks healthily, and when basically the disease takes progression, your behavior moves into a region of the map that's, so to speak, less healthy.
Aldo told us the motion capture tech combined with AI also helps them gather enough data to predict how a patient might develop going forward.
We were also able to collect so meaningful data from how the patient was doing today that we could predict what their clinical analysis and score would be 9 months, 12 months into the future. And we were able to do that much more precisely than if you simply just use the medical data available.
Now, one of the biggest online RPGs is being cut off from China.
You are a soldier of the Noble Alliance.
I'm of course talking about World of Warcraft, which is going offline today, impacting millions of players in the country. The game first released in North America in 2004 and was given permission to launch in China's notoriously restrictive gaming market in 2005. In the country, Warcraft is managed by operator NetEase, but its contract with the creators of the game Blizzard is coming to an end, meaning no more WoW in China. The creator of a menstrual hygiene kit designed for women who like to camp, hike, and go on adventures says there's a real need for education around the use of period products in remote locations.
I've had reports of people saying as well that they stopped drinking water while on activities in remote environments so they didn't have to pee as much, which meant that they didn't have to take down their pants and up again, which can actually cause discomfort because you're basically putting on kind of like a wet nappy almost feeling. And that is just putting your health at risk because you don't want to tell someone you're on your period.
Erin Reid, founder of Loo Innovations, invented a kit designed to help cut the risk of infections, infertility, and toxic shock.
So if you are hiking and you're not having the ability to change your tampon every 4 hours, it increases the risk of toxic shock like exponentially. So like avoiding tampons altogether helps to reduce that risk.
Erin told us there's an inherent taboo within the industry around period products, with brands encouraging things like discreetness, but she's planning to buck that trend.
My first products coming out are bright red, bright yellow, bright blue, and then we also have the black and the white and a kind of army green colour, so it gives people the opportunities to kind of show either their periods or keep them concealed if that is what they prefer.
Research has found that patients taking antidepressants can become less sensitive to rewards. Experts at the University of Cambridge found that specific drugs called selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, or SSRIs, can affect reinforcement learning when people learn from their actions and their environment. It's linked to a widely reported side effect of SSRI called blunting, where patients say they feel emotionally dull and can't enjoy things at the same level as they normally would. Professor Barbara Sahakian, senior author on the study, said the antidepressants take away some of the emotional pain felt by people with depression, but they also take away some of the enjoyment. Coming up, the 4-year-old boy who's joining the high IQ society Mensa, and is beetroot juice the next big gym supplement? Why not hit follow and give us a rating during the break? Welcome back. Here's one for the gym goers. It looks like beetroot juice may come in handy when it comes to lifting weights. A study's found that consuming dietary nitrates, the active molecule in beetroot juice, can significantly increase muscle force while exercising. Researchers at the University of Exeter and the US National Institutes of Health managed to trace the distribution of nitrate in the saliva, blood, muscle, and urine of 10 healthy volunteers who were then asked to perform a maximal leg exercise. They found a significant increase in the nitrate levels in muscle, which caused an increase in muscle force of 7% compared to when the participants took a placebo. The UK government is set to offer Britain's 2 biggest steelmakers £600 million to go green and stop using coal-powered furnaces. The funding for British Steel and Tata Steel UK is expected to be revealed this week. To go green, each of the firms would have to switch to either hydrogen-powered furnaces or electric versions running on power from renewables. Figures show that Tata Steel's Port Talbot site in Wales is responsible for 2% of UK carbon emissions. And finally, a preschooler from England's West Country has been crowned the youngest member of high IQ society, Mensa. By the age of 2, little Teddy Hobbs had taught himself to read and learned how to count to 100 in 6 non-native languages, including German, Welsh, Spanish, and Mandarin. Now, Teddy, who's 4 and from Portishead, has been assessed as being in the 99th percentile of IQ for his age on the Stanford Binet intelligence scale, scoring 139 out of 160. The lad's not even started school yet, but already has his sights set on a career as a doctor. You're up to date. Come back at 4 o'clock for the Leader podcast. We will be back tomorrow afternoon at 1. See you then.